2023 Nissan Pathfinder AC compressor replacement. Tools you'll need is a pick to remove the O-rings off the lines, some pliers to remove the clips, 14mm socket, and a 3/8 and a 3/8 ratchet, a normal 10mm wrench, a 17mm wrench, and then a 14mm ratchet and wrench. I prefer. And a 10mm socket with a cordless drill, 21mm socket for the wheel lugs, 14mm socket and extension, and then an impact. Make sure it's swivel on this one. Alright, so first what you want to do is remove the wheel. It's going to be 21mm, and then we're going to remove this cover. Alright, so you get your plastic trim remover, remove the clips, and then there's another one here, and then there's other one that goes right here. Remove those clips, and then you're gonna be left with this. So that's the tension right there, and that's a 17mm. So grab your wrench, put it in there, and then push it down, and then remove the drive belt. Make sure you route the drive belt, that way you know how it goes. And then you're gonna have that cover down here, okay? So there's gonna be clips around, okay, and then over here you're gonna have a 10mm bolt right there, 10mm bolt. So it's just clips and then a bolt down here, and then that comes off, and then you have all this open space right here. After that, you're gonna have this oil line right here, so you remove this 10, okay, it's a bolt, and then remove this other 10mm bolt. All right, so now you got this line. You can push it out the way, as you can see right there. And now we're going to remove the AC lines, okay? So they are 10mm bolts. And so you're going to get your ratchet, not your ratchet, I'm sorry, your 10mm wrench. Remove the bolts, just loosen them, and then the rest you can do by hand. And then move that line, and then to get to the other one, you have to remove this one first. So remove that 10 bolt, loosen it, and then remove it with your hand. And then we're gonna be with these two connectors right here, this gray one and a black one. So this one has two, okay? So this one's kind of hard to see, but you see it right here, this little push. So you push that in and you pull up. That's how you disconnect the connector, and there's the same thing for the black connector that goes on top. I push in and then you pull out. And now we come back here with everything loose. With your swivel and extension, your impact, remove this 14, this other 14 down here, and then with my ratchet and wrench, 14mm right here, and then I had to use my 3/8 ratchet with the 14mm socket to get this last one up here, and you can remove it by hand or whatever. All right, so now it's loose, okay? So what you want to do is pull it a little bit back, and then tilt it to where it's gonna be coming out from right here between the cat and then the oil pan. That's the sweet spot, okay? Because if you just drop it, it's not gonna be able to come down, you know, with this much room, okay? So you're gonna have to move it down here and then pull it out from there. And then to put it back in, obviously grab the compressor, put it in, and then put it that way. So it's a lot of, not that much tilting, but you go up and then you turn it sideways and you put it in, and that's it. Really easy for a 2023 Nissan Pathfinder. Obviously, make sure you evacuate the system first, let all the freon out. That way whenever you disconnect the lines, none of it blows in your face. And remember, always start off the bolts, nuts, anything by hand first before you tighten it down with a cordless drill or a ratchet. That's it. Pretty easy. And then of course you put the belt back, make sure you install it right. Obviously you're gonna have to bring the tensioner down again. Once you have the belt, you slip that in, put those 10s, your connectors, obviously put it back, the lines, obviously whenever you're doing your lines, you get that little pick that I showed you in the beginning and replace the O-rings, okay? Always replace the O-rings whenever you're doing HVAC repairs. And then you put the clips back for that, and then you put the clips back for this, and then the wheel, easy.